speech is A Tale of Two Americans. As you guys know that Beverly volunteered last minute to give a speech. And the speech introduction that she gave me reads as follows. I would like to talk about how profoundly disappointed, yet humbly hopeful I am for the people of the United States of America. I believe that together we can do so much, but divided we have so much to do. So let's spend the next 5 minutes engaged in a tale of two Americans. Please help me welcome Beverly.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I bet you've heard this quote before. It says it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness, it was the epic of belief, it was the epic of incredulity. I can't pronounce that word, incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness, it was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. Does anyone know where that quote came from? It's Mark Twain. It's called A Tale of Two Cities. So today, I'd like to talk to you about a tale of two Americas. As you know, you would have to absolutely never watch television not to know that this country is very divided. We can't decide anything, including who we're going to vote for president. If you watch CNN every night, you know that 54% of us think this and 47% of us think this, but very rarely do 84 to 85 or 90% of us think anything. And some people think that's okay. I think it's time for us to do three things in this country. The first is understand that freedom of speech ought to be alive and well. To understand that it's time for us to talk about race and racism. And number three, that together we can do so very much, but divided we're going to have a lot that we're going to need to do. So number one, I have questions because I watch the news, I watch football, and I watch a young black man whose name is Colin Kaepernick kneel when the national anthem is played. And I've watched people go ballistic because one young man who happens to play football doesn't want to stand up. But isn't that what we fight for? That the speech that you find the most heinous is the speech you ought to be protecting. It's called Brandenburg versus Ohio. It's a case, and it's the preeminent speech case that is about the KKK. Obviously, I'm not a member. And if you don't know, I don't support their speech. I do support their right to say it. And I would point out to each one of you that it is appalling that we as a country want to keep a young man from saying, I don't want to salute the flag, I don't want to talk about it. We need to look at the why. Because see, we spend a lot of time playing in America. But let's not play about the conversation about race, because it's very real. And people often say, well, why are you still talking about slavery? And they can be black, white, or blue. My answer to them is, I'm going to talk about slavery until I get my 40 acres, my mule, my 400 years worth of interest. You rape this country, and then you go work for free for 400 years. Then I'll stop talking about it. And if you think being in Dixie was so great, this is the worst African Americans have ever been, do you even know what seasoning is? Well, this is what they do so the slaves would behave. They tie a pregnant woman to the tree, and they cut her belly open, and then kill her, and then have all the slaves watched while they killed the baby. Oh, I wish I was in Dixie. Hooray, hooray. My father sat at sit-ins in Greensboro, North Carolina at A&T. He's still alive. In his day, when he was a student, and he has a cigarette burns on his back to me. Because that's what people did to black people who had the nerve to sit at the lunch counter. So if one young black man doesn't want to salute that flag, hey, I think he's well within his rights. Just my 10 cents. But if someone wants to burn that flag, I protect their rights. And if someone wants to call me the N-word, I protect your right to do that. Because I'm an American. And I come from, yes, Virginia. I've never been to Africa. Don't know, when people tell me to go back, I don't know where I would go back to. You know, I'm just saying, we gotta have the race conversation. And if you're gonna be my friend, you better get comfortable with it. Because I'm tired of having to say, oh, I don't want to talk about that because somebody might get upset, somebody might get angry. Why? We can't get anywhere divided. Don't we all believe in democracy at least? Can't we find some common ground in the fact that we built the greatest country this world has ever known on immigrants, on the backs of free labor of black people, on the backs of immigrant people from Mexico who come across because they want a better life? Now, I didn't say that they followed the law, and I don't need to get into that whole argument. But somebody here hires them. So let's be responsible. The other day, I watched a movie called The Trail of Tears. See, because we want to laugh about everything and think it's funny. People in this country went into Native Americans' homes, took them out of their homes in Tennessee, and walked them over 500 miles while you gave them blankets full of smallpox, while you watched them die and kept whipping them as they walked, and you rode on a horse. And you want to talk about whose land this is? Talk about what we've done in this country. Because we're not going to heal until all of us accept responsibility. Because you see me, but you don't see me. You don't know that both of my grandparents never went to high school because they would have had to leave home because there was only one black school in the whole half of the state of the South. That I am one of the few people you'll know who has parents who have college degrees who happen to be African American. I'm 50 years old, who are my age. Tell the truth. Shame the devil and let's get together. But we're not going to get together as long as we keep talking and pretending that there's not a reason that all these kids have their hands up, don't shoot. And when people who happen to be white decided they didn't want to pay their taxes last year, and the federal government was up there holding them up, and y'all are going, she made that up, because they didn't put that in the news. But last night, all I saw was hands up, don't shoot. Everybody protests. That's what this country is about. It's not about the violence, but don't be fooled. The violence comes because people are angry, because people aren't being heard, because we're pretending. Because I'll leave you with this, as my dad says, it's a recession when your neighbor doesn't have a job. It's a depression when you don't have it. Thank you.